Okay, episode 7. There's 6 of us. What was the last one called? Hold on. Wait, what was the last one called? 6. Hermes stickers. Okay. This one's called There's 6 of us. Okay. Make sure it's okay. English subtitles. Start the timer. Start that. Go. Wait, restart that. Restart it. Timer first. 1 second. Play and start. Okay. There you go. We have the technology. Violence, nudity, suicide, smoking. Recap. I'll tell you one thing. That power awakening within you. It's a stand. That's how you do a recap. It's like 5 seconds. Dragon Ball Z, it's like, tells you the whole episode again. Okay, they're in contact more. Oh. But he knows White Snake, and if he tells White Snake that Hermes knows about White Snake. Oh, what? That's a stand? Who's this? That's McQueen. Wait, how did she remove it again? Wait, what? She inserted it to bring him back to life? But how did she remove it? She doesn't have that ability. Whatever, I guess they have to nerf it somehow. Has to be nerfed a little. This is the true protagonist. Alligator. Six of us. What's going on here? What is that bracelet? Flesh eater. This is a different anime. Interesting. This is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a banger. I forgot a lot. Wait a minute, 6 of us. Hermes, Jolene, the kid, the girl, the mouse girl. Is she a friend? 2 more people. Are those that person? I'm not gonna say anything. 1 more. Jotaro? Does that count? Probably not. We'll see. That's what the episode's called. The rainbows. That's like the art style Jolene's art had a lot of rainbows in it. Some of the best ones. Butterfly. What's that reference there? There's 6 of us. Fine weather. There we go with this. Charlotte. Watch party. Oh yeah, that's a crock. Split personality. That's her. That's funny. They're good friends. They're just good friends. I guess they're all going there. What? It's your dual disc. Oh, it's Ben 10. Well, that's not good. They should have mentioned that earlier. Let's go. Bruh. Are you serious right now? What? This is BS. There's like there's a term for this. This kind of writing. This is like torture writing. Like every situation has some sort of torture, messed up thing about it. Torture adventures. Hmm. Stench. Okay, this is showing us how it works a little. Wow. Oh yeah, now I remember. That's a lot of users. Can humans see it? I guess maybe. But they can't see the images on it, maybe. What, she doesn't want to tell him more about her dad? What she feels there, or what happened there? Jolene was caught off guard. What happened there? That shed. That shed in particular. That's it seems like 50 meters, no? Yo. Hmm. Why is he? What's up with this guy? Dude, all this plan for crocodile poop. Warning. No. Those are the other two. There's one more, right? It's the same tractor. Okay. Number. We just started this episode. That looks like Kale from Dragon Ball. There's the other person. I'm not going. True. Five is plenty. Oh. Hmm. I don't know yet. I mean, that's what happens when you drive off. Oh! A bird got him or something. Crocodile. No one was watching him. Jesus. She dead. No way. No way she's not dead. Get near him. It's a harem. He's in a harem right now. Among Us. Hmm. It's a bucket. She's messed up from that last battle. She's all messed up. No matter what. That's romantic. Bro drove into the water by himself. Oh. Well. Yo, there's sock. No. That's like a wool sock. Something was in there. This is pretty trippy. Oh. What happened there? Stone free. What is she doing? Nice, nice. Ooh, look at that. 2-1000. Oh, that looks fatal. Oh, oh, oh. Oh. Boom. Nice. That was a nice kick right now. Oh. Who dat? Oh, stand user gets weak. It was that girl. Don't stand up. Grab it. Damn. Aquaman. What? Oh. Nice going. Boom. With the foot. They talked in the water? Wait, hold on. They were talking in the water. Hold on a second. Maybe they were just like, they didn't hear each other, but they understood. That's basically what they're saying? I don't know. Bye-bye. Why does that girl have black eyes? Bro, it's gotta be the girl with the black eyes, though. What? How they ended there? Oh, yeah, that's how it'd be. That's how it'd be. There were 6 of us. Yeah, that's why. That's why I was titled that. Okay. Well, that girl died though in the beginning, so I forgot how that comes back around. We gotta watch the next one. That girl blew up. Plankton. All right. Where's Joe True? 12 episodes. Episode 8 coming up. 8, 9, 10. Okay. I have a feeling where they're going to stop. I don't think they can complete the whole series in 12 episodes. No, no way. Not a chance. No way. Now I remember. No way. No chance. Maybe. No. No. No.